So welcome to Psychology as Natural Science, or Psychology 200. This term we're going to be pursuing a hybrid version of the class, which means that we'll be meeting every Monday in person on campus. And you can find our campus location by checking the course syllabus, which is posted here on Canvas. And also it'll be on the homepage for the Psych 200 class here on Canvas as well. We'll also be meeting on Wednesdays for additional instruction via Zoom, here on Canvas. And there's a Zoom link, on the left side of your screen, and you can find out all our Zoom sessions that we'll be having, for the term. And we'll also be meeting on Fridays with course TAs to go over material that we discussed each week as part of a review session that'll be offered online. All of the online Zoom sessions will be recorded and posted for viewing, or reviewing at any time. So Psychology as a Natural Science is an introductory psychology class for the psychology department at Portland State University. We explore various areas of psychology, including, my personal biased favorite, which is biological psychology, along with research methods, how we conduct experiments, what's a longitudinal experiment versus a correlational experiment, right? For example, ethics in research and, definitely ethical lapses in research, and, how to hopefully avoid, these sorts of ethical lapses going forward, or at least be alert to their potential. The nature of scientific inquiry, perception, learning, memory, language, human development, and consciousness, which is a particularly fascinating area of, ongoing and very engaged current research, actually. There's a focus in this class on both the psychology, the sort of perceptual aspects, the cognitive aspects, the behavioral aspects, and also the underlying sort of neurophysiology, like what's going on in here, right? And all of the peripheral nervous architecture that we also maintain. So Psychology 200, which again is Psychology as a Natural Science, is part one of a two-course series, and you're encouraged to actually follow up with Psychology 204, which is Psychology as Social Science. Now, this course is organized by weeks, right? So every week, I want you to make sure you're checking those modules, that are available on our Canvas site. Just go down through the list of modules. There will be things to read. There is no required textbook for this course. Other, sections may be utilizing a textbook, but, along with some graduate TAs, we decided that was enough. It was a very expensive book. It's static and unchanging, and it's not very up to date on a lot of things, especially with regards to the underlying neurophysiology of psychology that we're going to be sort of, delving into a bit in this class, right? So read the, Creative Commons and also, some NIH, funded, materials that are available, for us to utilize in this class without charge. Take notes, right? Watch the video reviews. I put lots of video introductions to topics and also video reviews of topics. And you're going to be posting in our weekly discussion forums by late Thursday night each week. So we're going to have a discussion forum that's going to be here on Canvas that you can find, that you will be posting responses to questions by late Thursday night every week of the term. And, that means by like 11:59 p.m., you got to have that post up. In addition, you're going to be responding to peers, by late Sunday night, again, 11:59 p.m. So there are posting requirements that you're going to be having each week in this class. We're also going to be having a series of quizzes in this class. The quizzes will be available over a particular period. So it'll be a multi-day period, and you can begin the quiz, at any time during that multi-day, period of availability. Once you start it, you must go to the end, right? There is also a midterm exam and a final exam. Also, these are going to have multi-day periods of availability. They're online. All of the dates are, listed in the course syllabus. So you should be able to find out when they start, when they end very easily. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. But you can start those too at any time during those periods of availability. But once you start, you got to go all the way to the end. We have coloring assignments. We're going to be drawing things, and a very important thing to mention about the coloring assignments is that you must do your own drawings. You're never graded or assessed on like your skill at drawing, etc. But you must do your own work and not draw or copy from something off the internet or from some other source. So, but the due dates for these various coloring assignments are found in the course syllabus. So please check the syllabus. Really important thing to check our course syllabus so that you know when things are due and you are not surprised by a deadline that may be approaching really quickly or maybe has passed, right? We also have an art project in this class, and I want you to sort of think about this even this first week. You're going to be sort of depicting, again, in your own hand. You got to draw this yourself, or it can be a drawing, it can be a painting, it can be a poem, it can be a sculpture, it can be a musical passage. We've had just tremendous examples of creativity and innovation from past students on this topic. But basically an instance of either confirmation bias, which we'll be learning about during our first 2 weeks of class, or what's known as belief perseverance, where you kind of hang on to something, some belief, even in the face of pretty much incontrovertible evidence to the contrary. And it's something we want you to think about, like where you've seen this before, where people sort of seek out information that only supports their particular viewpoint or approach, or persist in beliefs despite significant evidence to the contrary, and depict it in some form, and then also submit a sheet that defines explicitly confirmation bias and or belief perseverance, and explains how it relates to what you've depicted in your particular art assignment. So there's more information about this, and we'll talk about it more as we continue with the class. But I just want to get you sort of attuned to it at the very start of the term. It's not due till the end, till near the end of the term, but I want you to start thinking about it now. Again, we're meeting in person on campus on Mondays, and we're going to have online Zoom sessions every Wednesday, and then online Zoom reviews every Friday, right? And very important, on campus, you should go to the Welcome to Psychology as a Natural Science, section, and look at all the modules, that are found there and read through them. The course syllabus is there. Again, that's where you get dates, for what's due. you get a summary of how grades, are determined for the class, right? You get like a lot of information about what we're going to be doing week to week, across this term. There's a welcome message, and also information on how no textbooks required, how you schedule office hours, what the expectations are for the course, how to obtain or what to do when you have accommodations for the course, and also if you ever need help or assistance, there's a list of important resources that are offered by Portland State University, and I'd really like you to check those out and make sure that you are aware of what's available. There's also a frequently asked questions section. Please check this out, because you can get answers to the questions, and this is what you need to do. You got to go check this out. Is attendance mandatory, right? Can I turn in late work? Where do I turn in my assignments? What do I do if I require an accommodation, right? Is there extra credit available for this class? I participated in research for extra credit. When will I see that applied to my grade? What should I do if I'm having trouble connecting to the virtual classes? This class has multiple TAs and an instructor. Who should I email if I have a question, right? What is the format of the quiz or exam, right? How do I see what questions I got wrong? Why don't I have permission to view the Zoom cloud recordings of previous classes? So there's a lot of important questions that people come up with, when they start, taking a hybrid or, online class. So we put in a frequently asked questions section, that you should check out. It's on Canvas, it's on under those modules, and you should find your answers to those questions there. There is a quiz for week 1. So also go to week 1 and start looking through, and it'll show you, what the quiz is about. It's mostly just about, how to navigate the class, right? But a little bit about some of the topics we'll be introducing this first week. And it's due by late Sunday, so make sure you have, the due date, which again you can find from the syllabus. It's also listed here under the modules. And I'm sure you will do well. You'll have plenty of time to take it. It's just designed to get you sort of engaged and get used to some of the formatting, how the class is going to proceed this term. So thank you all very much for taking this class. Really look forward to meeting everybody. And if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out to me or to any of our course TAs. Welcome to Psychology as a Natural Science.